Tonight, a woman and her niece are detained as her common-law husband lies dead. But was it self-defense in a domestic dispute or murder? And 2 young men lost their lives in a terrible motorcycle accident. We'll talk to the families. Plus, it's a miracle no one was hurt. We'll show you how a crane fell on the San Ignacio temporary bridge. Also, the High Court awarded him $2 million in compensation for land the government sold twice. They asked the Court of Appeal for $9 million. We'll tell you how 2 landowners ended up with less than $3,000. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight, Monday, September 1st, 2025. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indira Craig.
This newscast is brought to you by Cellular World, your authorized Samsung distributor.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize, knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
We love our cars. They take us where we need to go and allow us to explore, work, and even make memories. RF&G Insurance prides itself in offering coverage options for you. We are pleased to reintroduce our Super Act policy. Drive with confidence, knowing that you are protected on both public and private roads. Experience outstanding service and reliable protection that is tailored to your budget. WhatsApp us at 670-8700 or visit an agent near you to learn more. Remember, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Roe Group company.
Calling all Belizeans, those locally and abroad, Birds Isle presents The Road to Bring in the Tent. All happening at the Big Birds Isle on Tuesday, September 9th, featuring Zoya Clark, Boss Lady, Adriana Taylor, Lord Raven, and Punta Rock Entertainer Miami Martinez. All backed up by the dynamic Super Furia Band. Food and drinks will be on sale. Gates open at 8 p.m. Entrance fee, $35 in advance, $45 at the door. You can also book your tables. Large tables, $75. Cocktail tables, $50. For more information, call 635-2399.
Sponsored by Travelers Liquors, Belize Tourism Board, Belize City Council, Birds Isle Restaurant, Kicks Originals, Madisco, Birds Isle Cabañas, 4-Way Stationery and Internet Cafe, and Billiken Beer.
These charter mints aren't from
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sheree Halsell, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight.
We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indira Craig.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
However you travel, you're home. Book now and save 50% only at Naya.
Did you know that the Ministry of Finance is secretly trying to introduce a new tax system that will make it even harder for Belizean businesses to succeed? The new system will require all invoices to be sent to the Belize Tax Service for approval, even before your customers get it. They say it's for efficiency, but is this really more efficient for you? Before you can get paid, they want to see your invoice. Every invoice must be pre-approved. They don't care if it slows down your business, affects your cash flow, or adds major complexity or cost to your business. Instead of empowering you, this government is only concerned with what they can take. They are suppressing your business and making it harder than ever for you to succeed. Were you consulted about this oppressive, draconian system? It's time to stand up and speak out before it is too late.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sun Up on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Tonight, a woman and her niece are in police custody after the shooting death of her common-law husband. The three of them were at their home in Belmopan early on Sunday morning when a fight broke out. While there are conflicting reports about what exactly happened during the argument, it ended with the niece pulling the trigger of her aunt's licensed firearm and killing 28-year-old Wilson Hernandez. But was it self-defense? The family says no. Courtney Menzies went west today and spoke with them. Here is that story.
Yo no me barré tanto obligación, no me va a regresar a mi hijo. Yo quiero tener a mi hijo, regresar. Yo ya no.
This is the mother of 28-year-old Wilson Hernandez, who was killed early this morning. According to the police, he had an argument with his common-law wife, and her niece came to her defense.
Investigation revealed that Wilson Hernandez had a domestic dispute with his common-law wife, and he threatened her. She has a licensed firearm. Thereafter, she passed the firearm to her niece, who fired a single shot towards Wilson Hernandez, causing his fatal injury. An investigation is being carried out. This matter will be forwarded to DPP for directives. The firearm was seized. Both females are in custody in Belmopan.
Is there a case for self-defense?
The matter will be dealt with by the DPP. They are saying that there was a domestic dispute and he assaulted him.
Does police know if there's a history of domestic incident?
We do not know at this time.
But the family disputes his narrative. explaining that Hernandez's wife wanted to go out with his vehicle. However, he told her she could not take it. They then alleged that Hernandez was standing at a distance from his wife when her niece pulled out the firearm and shot him. The mother said she witnessed the argument, but broke down when she recalled the moments at the hospital.
Allá en el hospital, yo le iba clamando a Dios en el carro que me dieron un milagro.
There in the hospital, I was crying out to God in the car that they gave me a miracle, but when we got there, I felt like I couldn't. We went inside and I saw the doctor, and he said there was no more hope for him, and they had done everything possible, but he said there was blood in his mouth. I think he choked. And then when I came out, I felt like I couldn't walk because of the pain when they told me that my son was dead. I couldn't take it anymore, and I feel like I can't anymore because of this investigation. I feel like I don't have strength anymore, and I feel like my head keeps hurting, and I am in so much pain because of all the investigating. And in the morning they came again, and I just don't know. The family says surveillance cameras captured the incident, and they are hoping that justice is served. Courtney Menzies, 7 News.
We'll let you know if and when anyone is charged. And while police have yet to levy any charges in that case, they're currently also investigating a murder in Belize City. It happened around 9 last night after 18-year-old Alex Miranda had left his home on Hercitel Moody Street. ACP Gilberto Romero told us that he tried to escape, but a gunman got to him.
Information is that Alex Miranda was walking in the area when he was followed by a male person who fired several shots towards his direction. He ran off, but the person caught up with him and shot him several times. We are seeking one suspect in regards to this murder.
The motive?
We do not have a motive at this time. We are following up several leads.
Is this the same shooting incident in which the two females were involved?
No, this is a separate shooting.
But are they connected?
We do not know if they are connected.
Is Mr. Miranda known to police?
Yes, he is.
Any surveillance footage?
No, this happened in the London Bridge area.
No arrests have been made. And only an hour and a half later, 2 women were targeted in a shooting incident on Laura Dunn Street, which is in the same neighborhood. While 31-year-old Kimberly Miranda and 20-year-old Kiani Ramos survived, police are investigating whether it was connected to the murder. ACP Romero gave us more details.
Information is that they were at a yard when a male person came and fired several shots towards their direction. They are presently at the KHMH receiving treatment. We are seeking one suspect in regards to this shooting.
Motive?
We do not have a motive at this time. They were there and this person came and fired shots.
Were they the intended targets?
Yes, we believe they were the targets.
Did they have any relation at all to Mr. Miranda?
We do not know. They were just there and this person came and fired the shots.
Also in this case, no arrests have been made. Joseph Budner remains in a Guatemala City jail tonight, awaiting an opportunity to appear before a judge. But he told us that he did get a visa from 2 staffers from the Belizean embassy in Guatemala last week. He claims they went to check on him, but did not ask about his injuries, which he showed them anyway. He maintains that police are responsible for his injuries and that they were acting on the part of the state. And while Channel 7 continues to call for police and the government to release the surveillance videos from the Treasury Department, the Library, and the House of Culture and appoint an independent investigator, the police and the state have gone mute. There has been no update on the investigation from police and no official response from the Prime Minister or the Home Affairs Minister on what is widely seen as an extrajudicial extradition. Budner remains confident that the Guatemalan courts will not approve of how he was taken into custody, even though he is a fugitive in that country. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll tell you how 2 young men lost their lives in a terrible, terrible motorcycle tragedy. Don't go away.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station. Channel 7.
Prepare for the heat and stay cool with a Reamer Grey air conditioning unit from Benny's. Choose the right BTU unit size for your bedroom or living room and enjoy complete comfort. You can also save money with an inverter unit that is energy efficient. When the heat is on, stay cool and comfortable with an affordable, dependable AC unit from Ream or Gree. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
The biggest business event of the year is back and better than ever. The Expo Belize Marketplace 2025. Mark your calendars and join us on September 13th and 14th at the Marion Jones Sporting Complex in Belize City. Don't miss your chance to explore hundreds of local businesses showcasing the very best in local products and services. From unbeatable deals and mouth-watering food and drinks to live entertainment that'll keep you moving. The Expo Belize Marketplace has it all. Whether you're shopping, discovering what's new on the market, or just enjoying the vibes, there's definitely something for everyone. So come on out and celebrate 29 years of Belizean innovation at the Expo Belize Marketplace 2025. See you there. Expo sponsors include Bowen & Bowen, Smart Belize, Maurice Sharp's Fine Foods Limited, Quality Poultry Products, DigiWallet, Grace Kennedy Belize Limited, Cellular World Belize, the European Union, Diversified Life Solutions, the Belize Tourism Board, Tenchtronics, Woodstock, Belize Soca and Culture Fest, Love FM, Love Television, Creme Radio, XTV, Hot Off the Press, Hits 100 Oye FM, Belize Entrepreneur Spotlight, and the BCCI's Western Union.
However you travel, you're home. Book now and save 50% only at Naya.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the...
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sheree Culfil, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight.
We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Make every moment matter with your credit card. More transactions, more chances to win cash back. You can be one of 4 monthly winners. Get a chance to win cash back with every purchase of $100 or more. For more information, visit www.atlabank.com. Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Hi, have you heard about the expungement of criminal records? Well, as of August 1st, 2024, the Criminal Records Rehabilitation of Offenders Act allows for you to apply to have certain criminal charges permanently erased from your record. Isn't that amazing? So, what makes you eligible to apply for expungement? The offense must qualify for expungement based on Schedule 2 and 3 of the law. You must meet the applicable rehabilitation period. This is the time period you must wait before you can apply. The applicant must not have any outstanding matters or have had any other convictions during the rehabilitation period. You can qualify for automatic expungement for certain first-time drug offenses, as well as COVID-related offenses. So, what are the benefits of expungement? Well, it broadens employment and educational opportunities that a criminal record would normally hinder. It gives you a peace of mind, away from the stigma of having a criminal conviction, and provides you with access to services that may be otherwise restricted. If you have a past criminal conviction, here's what you can do to get it expunged. First, verify if you qualify for expungement. Then, prepare the application package. Each package consists of 2 forms. Applications are available countrywide. You then make a non-refundable payment of $100 at your nearest Treasury Department and finally submit the package and payment receipt to any Ministry of Human Development office countrywide. Note, applicants will receive a notification within 90 days to see if their application was approved or denied. So, if you are interested, visit any Human Development office countrywide, any magistrate court, or the Ministry of Home Affairs office in Belmopan. For more information, you can call 227-2716 or you can WhatsApp 613-0343.
In an emergency, people may try to take advantage of a person at risk, including children and women. Avoid this from happening to your family members by practicing the following. Be aware of strangers offering to take your children away and promising to help you or your family. These offers are not always genuine, and a child could be at risk of violence, exploitation, or abuse. Make every effort to let your children know that they can tell you if something happens to them, and it doesn't matter who the person is, that you will listen and report it. Talk to your children and let them know that they should ask for help immediately if someone tries to touch them in an inappropriate way or make them feel uncomfortable. Report any negative behavior or conduct by anyone. By following these tips, you can ensure the safety of your family.
Hi, have you heard about the expungement of criminal records? Well, as of August 1st, 2024, the Criminal Records Rehabilitation of Offenders Act allows for you to apply to have certain criminal charges permanently erased from your record. Isn't that amazing? So, what makes you eligible to apply for expungement? The offense must qualify for expungement based on Schedule 2 and 3 of the law. You must meet the applicable rehabilitation period. This is the time period you must wait before you can apply. The applicant must not have any outstanding matters or have had any other convictions during the rehabilitation period. You can qualify for automatic expungement for certain first-time drug offenses, as well as COVID.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
We're used to reporting on cases of the government of Belize losing some million-dollar judgments in the high courts, especially in land compensation cases. But tonight they have a big victory to report, and the Ministry of Natural Resources hopes that it is a precedent setter. It's one of those cases of duplication of title. One piece of Crown land is sold to 2 different owners. In that case, government then has to compensate the second landowner, but not with a refund of the purchase price. They have to do so at market value rates, which can be 100 or 1,000 times the purchase price. And taxpayers are the ones left holding that very expensive bag. That's what happened with a case that recently went to the Court of Appeal. The landowners paid the government a paltry $2,870 for the land and asked for $8.9 million in compensation when it went to court. The High Court granted them a $2 million compensation, but that wasn't enough. And they went to the Court of Appeal asking for that $8 million, an almost 300,000% increase. Well, on Friday, the Court of Appeal rejected that and told the government to just refund the owners the original purchase price of $2,870. The case goes back to 200 when the government inadvertently sold 14.76 acres of land on Cat's Key in the Sand Creek district to Rudolph Ramirez, who in turn sold it to Julius Zabany. Turns out that 3 years earlier, the government had sold the same land to someone else. In 2021, Ramirez and Zabany, the claimants, sued the government for $8,900,000 in compensation as the market value. The High Court awarded compensation, but in the amount of $2.1 million. Zabany and Ramirez didn't feel satisfied, and they appealed the award, saying that the $2.1 million award was insufficient. The government successfully argued that the claimants knew that when the title was reissued in 2019, the government did not own the land, and therefore this should bar them from receiving any compensation. The Court of Appeal agreed, explaining, quote, for the grant of land which was clearly no longer national land and thus not in the minister's power to convey the state, and by extension taxpayers of Belize would be liable to repay a party who knew of the true state of affairs millions of dollars in damages. In my opinion, no procedural rule could justify or should be allowed to enable such a perverse outcome. An excited press release from government says, quote, with this decision, the government, on behalf of the people of Belize, can now push back and fight these types of claims with vigor. Government was represented by Senior Counsel Eamon Courtney and Assistant Solicitor General Samantha Matute. The claimants were represented by William A. Lindo. In other legal news, Senior Counsel Melissa Balderramos Mala was today sworn in as a temporary Justice of Appeal by the Governor General Dame Froila Zalam. Here's the moment where she took the oath of office.
I, Melissa Balderramos Mahler, do swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Belize and will uphold the Constitution and the law, and that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as Justice of Appeal and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will, so help me God.
Balderramos Mala, who is the wife of Tourism Minister Anthony Mala, will hold the seat for just 2 months until the end of October. A Keokuk man is behind bars tonight, accused of attempting to kill a fellow island resident with a machete. 24-year-old tour guide Alexander Fernando Cal was arraigned in the Belize City Magistrates Court today for attempted murder, use of deadly means of harm, and dangerous harm. Police say around 12:40 last Thursday morning, Mark Bud, 37, was ambushed in the Bahia area. Bud suffered chop wounds to the elbow and head, and his left thumb was partially amputated. A 24-inch machete was recovered from the scene. Cal has been remanded to the Belize Central Prison until October 27th, when he will return to court. A 19-year-old Belize City fisherman has pleaded guilty to damaging a government-owned security camera installed to monitor one of the city's most violent neighborhoods. On August 27th, police noticed that a camera at the corner of Flamboyant and Landover Streets was tilted downwards. When he reviewed the footage, it showed a young man climbing the post days earlier, pulling a hammer from his waistband and striking the camera until it tilted. Police also noted the suspect had a large tattoo across his chest, with a name on it. That made him easier to track, and it didn't take long for the cops to find 19-year-old Kyle Arana of Oleander Street. He was formally charged with damage to property. In court today, Arana wasted no time in pleading guilty. The magistrate deferred sentencing until September 8th of 2025, but offered him bail of $1,500 plus one surety, which he met. For now, the teenager remains free as the court considers an appropriate sentence. We'll take a second break now. When we come back, we'll have that story of how two young men lost their lives in a terrible motorcycle tragedy. Don't go away.
This newscast is brought to you by Cellular World, your authorized Samsung distributor.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Make every moment matter with your credit card. More transactions, more chances to win cash back. You can be one of 4 monthly winners. Get a chance to win cash back with every purchase of $100 or more. For more information, visit www.atlabank.com. Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Belize, are you really free? Can't you feel the chains tightening? The Ministry of Finance is imposing a new tax system on you so they can see all transactions in real time. It starts with invoices, then the national ID, then your fingerprints. They call it progress in the name of efficiency and transparency. But we know what it is. It's control. They're building a surveillance web, and you're caught in it. Every move, every payment, every transaction will live on a government server forever. To be analyzed and studied, shared with foreign interests who finance these projects. This data will be more valuable than you will ever know.
Somewhere in all of this, there's another pension plan for the boys.
Privacy isn't a luxury, it's a right. It's time to stand up and speak out before it's too late.
These charred remains aren't from
We're
an
navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the
northern
2023 in the
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherie Halsell, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight.
We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Tenemos la capacidad técnica, operativa, profesional y la infraestructura de poder establecer una atención neurológica de alta calidad.
Que no se pierda tiempo de forma innecesaria para poder al final del día llegar al mejor de los resultados y la mejor opción para el paciente.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
On Saturday morning, two families in the Curzon district awoke believing that their young sons, aged 20 and 21, were at home safe in bed sleeping. But they had died hours earlier on the Philip Golson Highway in a terrible pre-dawn collision. Jo Marie Lanza headed north today and met with the grieving families of both young men. Here is that story.
This 3-second clip of a motorcycle speeding was one of the last things that 20-year-old Renick R.J. Chavarria had uploaded to his Instagram story the morning of his untimely death. A chilling foreshadowing of one of the worst motorcycle accidents in memory. Chavarria was on the back of this motorcycle being driven by 21-year-old Jael Guzman when he lost control of the bike and swerved headfirst at full speed into a bus that was transporting workers near mile 77 in Concepcion Village. Witnesses say that the aftermath of the scene was traumatic for them, but nothing compared to both families of the young men who awoke with the belief that both of their sons were in their beds sleeping. Their mothers remembered the last night they spent with their sons.
I reached around 9 o'clock on Friday night at home. He was already at home waiting for me. Every night we would have dinner together with his other siblings. And he told me how the interview went. He was so happy, looking forward for another job. And he told me, Mom, I'm going to take a shower. Okay, son. I thought he was going to rest that night. I saw him took a bath. He went to his room, so I went and I showered and I went to my room. I was in my room when I heard the motorcycle started. So I told him, Ja, I said, Ma, where you going? I'm going to do only while, Ma. I had to come back. And not take long. That was his last words.
Very happy young soul. Love to hang out. Love to be with friends, family. The night when he come, he me really happy the night when he come home. He sit down, he spend all the times then with we. The night they spend like most about, how long? About 2 hours, 3 hours with we. Just talk, play game, give jokes. Share money with his sister and his cousin, buy coke, buy soft drink, to make them drink the night. All of them. And I don't know what time he gone. And usually, and when I left fire the night, he say, I tell him good night, Gallus, because that's what I call him. He's my Gallus. And I tell him good night, Gallus. Good night, Auntie, he say, tomorrow. Nobody know when he gone. We may advise him to go. He tell him, Fanny me to come in that he want to go to Orange Rock. His mommy tell her, why you going, where you going? You don't have to go nowhere. He just come in after 3 weeks. He just come in from San Pedro. Why you going? Nobody never know when he gone. What time? His mommy wake up the morning thinking say Sunday in bed to sleep. Not knowing that his son me done that and must about after 3 in the morning. So that it really rough. It really hard for process, not knowing that you know that your child in the sleep and he gone out. So that's how we stay.
Both Chavarria and Guzman were close school buddies, and both of them had just begun to find their footing in the working world, with a promising future ahead. But all that was lost in the blink of an eye, and both families had no clue of their fate till hours after the accident.
When I woke up 5:30 in the morning, first thing I did, I called my son. He didn't answer. I kept calling and calling, no answer. So I figured, and I thought he was with his other cousin. His cousin that he grew up with as a brother. I thought he had spent the night over there. But no time, my son did told me he's going farther or he's going to Orange Rock or something like that. Nothing. All this while I thought he was with his cousin. But when my nephew picked me up at 7:30 for us to go and work at the cafe, we were coming down Santa Rita Road, heading to work at the Olis Cafe. When my nephew told me, Tia, we have to go to the hospital. Why, Ty? He answered, it's something with Jael. I told him, Ty, don't tell me that. He said, yes, Tia, something with Ja. So I started crying. And I was with the hope that he's just hurt. I inquired in an emergency. They told me that I had to wait for the other doctor to enter his shift. The nurse in the emergency just told me, yes, he's here. That's all she told me. I told her, is he okay? She told me, I can't tell you nothing, miss. You have to wait until the doctor in shift come in. He will inform me about your son. That's all she told me. I was expecting him to be hurt, but not dead. God knows that my son was everything. He was my right hand. I can't believe to know that he has passed away. He was so happy for his next job.
The families are still in shock as to how their loved ones left home, never to return safely. And now they must deal with the devastating reality that they will never know what their futures could have been like.
He said, "Are they coming for September celebration, you know? You were there. I tell her, you don't know your auntie bones are old, but we're going out." I tell her, he said, "Okay, auntie, if I want to reach her for the celebration," I said, "Come in." Tell her, "All right, we are going, then we're going out, Juvie." I tell her, "We stay upon that, Juvie." My next sister come in and he made a sit down right so with my next sister from San Pedro too. Come in and he spend time with them right so. And he always up in a people's face. Always up in your face, they smile, they give you the best and run joke. Happy, happy, my nephew, happy. 2 days apart. He the 7th and I the 10th. 2 days apart, my nephew. We always remember as a happy person, very outgoing, outspoken. No make nobody take advantage of. Nobody. That's the whole we were always remember.
I always would check on him because I feared of the motorcycle. I know because I've been with him on that my motorcycle. He was very responsible driving it. Nobody knew my soul better than myself. He was very responsible for it when he drove his motorcycle. Yes, I know. The motorcycle is a dirt bike and it's every youth love the adrenaline. But I always spoke to him and I always advised him, "Son, be responsible with that motorcycle." He said, "Yes, Mom." I know. It's a shock still for us. I wish this was just a nightmare. Just a bad dream. Like I've told you, my son was my right hand. He was everything for me. Now I have to learn to live without him.
Omari Lanza, 7 News.
And at this time, the police haven't verified whether the men had been drinking. However, according to ACP Romero, the bus driver reported that he tried to avoid them but couldn't. Here's what he told us.
Upon arrival, they saw a bus that had damages. Also seen was a motorcycle with extensive damages. At the scene, 2 persons were found lifeless, named Miguel Guzman and Joel Guzman. They were both riding the motorcycle. Information is that they were coming from Orange Rock heading to Corozal when they collided head-on with a bus that was traveling in the opposite direction. An investigation is being carried out. The driver of the bus has been served with an NIP, and the file will be forwarded to the DPP for directives.
Were they intoxicated?
We do not know at this time. Postmortem will be conducted and blood sample will be drawn in and tests will be done thereafter.
Do police know if they were speeding?
The information we have gathered so far is yes, they were speeding.
Did they have helmets?
One of them had a helmet.
Did they drift into another lane or?
That is what the driver of the bus is saying, that they drifted into his lane. He tried to pull to the right to avoid him, but they still collided with the bus.
We'll let you know if any charges are brought. On Friday night, we challenged UDP caretaker aspirant Dr. Abraham Flowers, confronting him with the fact that though he boasted publicly about treating people for illnesses, he was not a registered doctor in Belize. Flowers had his credentials from Cuba, but has not been accepted to be registered in Belize. He claims political discrimination, but that didn't stop him from easily besting Carlos Pereira in a Port Loyola caretaker convention. 612 votes were cast and Flowers received 342 votes, while Pereira received 256. There was quite a scare on the Macal River on Sunday morning between San Ignacio and Santa Elena. A crew was working on the temporary bridge when the cable on the boom of the crane that is suddenly snapped. Here's what it looked like as captured by Kent Pandy.
We're a boss. That's the word.
As you can see, no one was hurt, but had it fallen a few feet to the right, it could have caused serious injury to the men working on the bridge. The MIDH chief engineer tells us that it was a contractor equipment malfunction which happened while they were placing the final deck slabs for the bridge. The crane was in the process of removing one of the old wooden piles when the cable on the boom snapped. The costs are fully the contractor's responsibility, and while his insurance would have covered any injuries, none gratefully were reported. The final deck slab was successfully poured today. As part of the SALW Fellowship Program, Caribbean Iteration 2025, fellows from 15 CARICOM countries gathered in Trinidad and Tobago to strengthen regional cooperation and small arms and light weapons control in late July to mid-August. The fellowship was convened by the United Nations Office for Disarmament in partnership with United Nations Institute for Training and Research. It included a visit to the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force Camp Omega Memorial. Assistant Commissioner of Police Bart Jones represented Belize at the Fellowship on Small Arms and Light Weapons Control. ACP Jones shared his insights and experiences from this program, which was held from July 28th to August 16th.
This fellowship was on small arms control, looking at stockpile management, tracing, marking, and as well looking at the control and management of ammunition. So it is firearm and ammunition. We had the opportunity to fellowship, or the fellowship comprised of persons, law enforcement and policy persons from the Antigua and Barbuda, the Bahamas, Barbados, Haiti, Jamaica, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, the Dominican Republic, Guyana, Dominica, and as well, of course, Trinidad and Tobago. We had the opportunity of visiting different areas in Trinidad and Tobago where we looked at their the practices that they do in that jurisdiction on small arms management and control. We had the opportunity to get an experience of how stockpiles are destroyed, because the idea is to have within our region the level of control in respect to stockpiles, preventing legally held stockpiles. That means, and when I say legally held, it means those that are held by civilians and, of course, the police and military and government agencies, preventing them from getting into the hands of criminals and therefore avoiding unplanned explosions and violent crimes. The region, as we discussed in that fellowship, across the region, and Belize is no example, where 80%, on an average, 80% of the murders are committed with firearms. So it was a situation that was timely as the region grapples with armed violence. And we also looked at armed violence not only from the perspective of murders, but also from the gender and youth perspective, looking at how arms and armed violence affect women and young persons, and the importance of having them in the discourse when policies and procedures are put in place, that they as primary stakeholders are also in the discussion. We also recognize that armed violence it's not only a law enforcement issue, it impacts on health, it impacts on education, and other ambits of government. As we discussed, we were able to, in group exercises, learn the best practices from our different region. The fellowship culminated with all fellows coming up with individual projects that we wish to see implemented in our respective jurisdiction.
As part of the training, Jones presented his ideas to implement a project involving the digital registration of firearms in Belize. If implemented, this project would include civilian as well as stockpiles held by the government. The country with the world's fastest growing economy, Guyana, held its election today and tonight. The outcome of the contest between the ruling People's Progressive Party and the opposition Partnership for National Unity and We Invest in Nationhood is being closely watched. Among those watching most closely is Belizean politician Darrell Bradley, who is part of the CARICOM Observer team. The 10-member mission's assignment of observing the electoral process runs from the 26th of August to the 3rd September 2025. The team comprises electoral officials from 8 CARICOM member states and is led by the Chief of Mission, Josephine Tamai, Chief Elections Officer of Belize. And that's all we have for you for tonight. Thanks for watching. With your news, I'm Indira Craig. Remember, you can find a full transcript of the news at 7newsbelize.com and see the streaming video on our Facebook or YouTube pages. Have a pleasant evening. Join me back here tomorrow at 6.